Y'all, when okay, I know I'm supposed to be this all the way through, but when he says, because he's sitting, he's like, hello, people. So I'm so excited because Pedro Pascal is joining the cast of the Gladiator sequel. Now, why am I excited about this? I mean, outside of the fact that it's Pedro Pascal and I am a huge fan of his, I mean, I feel like if you're not a huge fan of his, then like you're kind of a hater. And it's not that it's because he's so great on like The Mandalorian or The Last of Us or GOT. But it's because it's going to be Equalizer 2 reunion, yes. Besides everybody starring in the Gladiator 2 sequel and or reprising their role, Denzel Washington is starring in it. So this has now become an Equalizer 2 reunion. Now, you may or may not remember, but Pedro Pascal played Dave, who ended up being the antagonist in Equalizer 2, and Robert McCall, aka Denzel Washington, aka the GOAT, gave the impassioned speech, one of my favorite monologues of all time, in which he said, and I can't quote everything except for the last line, so bear with me. He said, "What you do and what you become is not my concern. This world is full of so-called men like you, and in a perfect world, everything we do comes with a price. But this ain't a perfect world. People do bad things. If you're lucky, you get a chance to set it right. But most of the time, it goes unpunished. This ain't one of them times." Y'all, when okay, I know I'm supposed to be this all the way through, but when he says, because he's sitting, he's like, you know, most of us, we get a chance to set this right. But most of the time, it goes unpunished. This ain't what I can't. Yo, Denzel is just so dope, but he like, because it's just like, straight face. He's like, because you just don't expect him to say that. It's not a funny scene at all, but it's just like, Denzel really be killing people without raising his voice. Like, that gets me every time, because like, he really sets threats and follows through with them. And his face is straight all the time. But he's like, most people go unpunished. This ain't one of the times. It's so funny, but then after that, because this is my favorite part, he said, "The mistake is you kill my friends, so I'm going to kill each and every one of you. And my only regret is my only regret is that I only get to do it once." It's my favorite line because Denzel's the GOAT, I swear. He's the GOAT. I promise you, there is nothing funny about this scene. It's just that it's so dope. And like, every time I watch Denzel, like I recently was watching Man on Fire, and I was just like, yo, he is really the greatest. I don't care what anyone says. This is not supposed to be a post about how he is the greatest actor of all time, but it's just like, Denzel Washington, because I hear a lot of complaints, right? A lot of arguments like Denzel Washington, he doesn't do comedy. So like he's very stuck in his genre. Honestly, to me, anybody that's a stage actor can do anything. So I know for a fact, if you watch any of Denzel Washington's interviews, you know for a fact that man could do comedy because he's funny as hell. But it's just, I was watching Man on Fire and I was just like, there is no better actor than Denzel. Like, not that I needed to see Man on Fire, but it was just a reminder. In The Equalizer 2, he tells Pedro Pascal's character, Dave, like, "I'm going to kill each and every one of you. The only disappointment in it for me is that I only get to do it once. I only get to do it once." Y'all, he may get to do it again in Gladiator 2. So I'm hoping they're actually foes, or even that they're friends and one backstabs the other. But it has to be Denzel because I want him to kill him twice, okay? Because, you know, I fucked with that line so much. It was just like how do you, to somebody's face, to all these men, not blink an eye and say, "My only disappointment is that I only get to kill y'all MFers one time"? And if there's a way that Pedro Pascal's entire team for the Equalizer 2 can be in Gladiator 2 just so he can kill them all again for a second time, I mean, make me happy. Anyway, so into the movie, there's not real major detail in regards to Pascal or Washington's characters, but it's going to focus on Lucius, who is Lucilla and Maximus's son from the original. And as you know, unfortunately, Russell Crowe's character dies but is going to focus on his son. So we don't know much about this, but Ridley Scott is back to direct it. I love the original Gladiator. I don't like sequels, but anything with Denzel Washington and Pedro Pascal in, I'm watching. So like I was already on board when they said Denzel was in it, and now that Pedro's in it, I'm just like, okay, team sequel. I don't know why everything is so funny to me right now. Anyway, if you want to know more about this because you could not watch it because I laughed too much, that's fine. Click the link below and read the article about it. And let me know your thoughts. Are you excited for the sequel? Are you excited to see a Pedro Pascal Denzel mashup? Am I doing too much? Like,